Brent Taylor is a big fan of the Jeff and Jenn Morning Show, and she has found herself in a position of needing a second date update. Welcome to the show, Taylor.
Thanks. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Can't imagine why a man would leave you hanging, but it's happened.
Either.
I know. So this guy, Mike, can you start from the beginning and kind of walk us through it, how you two met and how that first date went?
Well, I was introduced by a mutual friend. It was actually a blind date, and I really trust my friend, so I decided to go for it. And she did a really nice job. He was super nice. He had a great personality. We talked on the phone a few times, and it seemed like we hit it off. We had a lot of things to talk about, and then we decided to meet for dinner. And dinner went really well. Dating's so hard. I don't do it very often, but it was just a really nice time. It was easy. There was no lulls in the conversation. I don't know, it was just super easy. And so the only thing he hasn't called me back. And so I've been going over it, what could have happened? And the only thing I can think of, that comes to my mind that was sort of awkward was when the check came. And I just always find that a little awkward if you go on a date with someone that you don't know. And I just offered to split the check. And he sort of was hesitant a little, but he seemed okay with it. It wasn't it didn't seem like a reason for him not to call me.
Yeah, that would be silly. I think he'd be, if
Excited,
anything, appreciative that you offered to split.
Right.
Maybe he was mad that she didn't offer to pay for all of it.
I don't know. He's a real modern man.
Yeah, right.
We went he took me home and he gave me a hug at my front door and a kiss on the cheek.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, it was it was great. We laughed, it was fun. And I thanked him and said I'd talk to him later, and he said okay. So I have no idea. I haven't heard from him. I texted him, and I haven't heard back.
You texted him that night, just, hey, thanks for a great evening, kind of thing?
The next day, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then nothing, huh?
No.
And I always wonder in these situations, because in the past I have fancied myself as a bit of a matchmaker, but I would never do it because I would never want to get stuck in the middle. So have you talked to your friend at all that set you up hey, he's disappeared on me? Do you know anything?
I did. She said she hasn't talked to him. She said she was going to, but I haven't heard from her yet.
Yeah.
And you don't want to nag her about it because that's weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't. I feel I don't know. It feels a little weird for her to be do you like her? What's going on? I don't know. It felt
yeah.
To ask for
so
feedback.
It felt less weird to go on the radio.
Oh, well, it's all weird. I know. You should have next time you go on a date, you should have a comment card. And, just if you get some time, no pressure, if you could just fill this out and drop it in the mail. It's already postage on there. That'd be great.
You bet.
That's a good idea.
That would be good.
That's a really good idea.
But in the meantime, it's been how long, approximately, since you heard from him?
It's been a little over a week.
Well, then this is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give Mike a call and see where his head is at. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
All right. Hang on. Jeff and Jenn Morning Show second date update continues next. Through a mutual friend. It was actually a blind date, which is always a risky thing to do when you're the friend.
Mm-hmm.
Never know how these things are going to go. But it actually worked out okay because they talked a few times on the phone before they actually went out and had dinner together. It was awesome. She loved it. She said the cool thing about Mike is that there weren't any real awkward lulls in the conversation. It just seemed to be very free and easy, very natural, and that's important. That's an important component of chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah,
yep, I think so.
And plus, he was cute.
And the fact that he's not a bad-looking guy doesn't hurt either.
Right. Yeah.
She said the only awkward moment of the date was when the check came. She offered to split the check. She sensed some hesitation on his part. Not sure if that has anything to do with it. It just could have been because when the check comes, it's awkward anyway.
Right.
And they just met, right, for the first time?
And they just met for the first time. Other than that, when he took her home, there was a friendly hug and a kiss on the cheek. So based on the entirety of the experience, it doesn't sound like it was too bad. And she has thought this through. She has analyzed it every which way but loose and cannot come up with any other thing.
And this was set up by a friend of yours, and you kind of haven't talked to her yet. She hasn't got back to you about it yet.
Yeah, she put the feeler out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, but she hasn't gotten back to me.
Okay.
So.
And since then, it's been a little over a week. So since we haven't heard back from Taylor's friend, we're just going to go ahead and call Mike and see if we can get it straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right.
That would be great.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello?
Hey, Mike, it's Jeff, Jen, Fritch, and Tim with the Jeff and Jen Morning Show on Q102. How are you?
Oh, boy. Here we go, huh?
I know it's probably kind of weird to be getting a phone call from us, especially at this time of the morning, but we were wondering if maybe you would have a minute or two to talk to us about someone you recently had dinner with.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I promise we'll make it quick and painless this morning. We're very nice people. We're not trying to
For the
get
most
you into
part.
any trouble or anything, but Taylor, in describing the dinner you two had together, had nothing but lovely things to say about you. She really enjoyed your company, and it's been about a week, a week and a half, guys?
Yeah, I think that's what she said. Mm-hmm.
I believe she sent you a text the next day, and you haven't returned her call, and we do this feature on our show called Second Date Update, where if you go on a date with someone and it goes really well, or at least you think it did, but then you never hear from the person again, sometimes as a way of breaking the ice, we make the call on that person's behalf. And Taylor has asked us to do that with you. Would you be willing to talk about that for just a few moments?
All right. I mean, I'm probably being a little weird about her. I don't know. But I don't know. You guys tell me.
Okay, that's fair. What happened?
She's a really nice girl. And she's cute, and she's funny, and I liked her. But we went to dinner at the E&O Kitchen in Hyde Park. I love their food.
Yeah, it's a good place.
I also like to eat pretty healthy when I can. And by the looks of her, I assume that she did too. I mean, she looks like she takes care of herself. So I was surprised when she ordered the Wagyu filet and the bacon potatoes and some sushi. And then for dessert, she had the pâte de crème. She also had one of those like frou-frou drinks that has like the tons of calories also.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't help but like think that either she eats like one meal a day and this was it, or she just has a ridiculously fast metabolism.
Wow.
So what are you saying? You're saying she looks great, but you weren't impressed with her dining choices? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's not just the dining choice. It's just that right after this, she holds up this huge pill box and starts swallowing like 20 pills or like supplements.
Okay.
And I don't.
We don't know anyone like that on this show.
Nope,
Yeah, right.
nobody at all.
Yeah, but what's up with the binge eating and then the pill popping? That's
Do you know
kind
what
of
the pills
weird.
are?
Well, we
Yeah.
don't know that that's what was happening.
Well, maybe she's like me, and you go and you're at a cool place and you're enjoying the atmosphere, and you know you're going to be kind of hanging out for a while chatting, and you can't make a decision between the A, B, or C, so you just order all of them.
Get it all.
On a first date, though?
Well, you don't want to be the girl that just orders salad.
That's
All right.
true.
All right, hold on. Mike, are you bothered by this? What part of this is bugging you?
Well, I mean, it bugged me at the time, so I asked her about it. Like, what is she taking? And she starts listing all these, like, herbs and something and, like, vitamins
Yeah.
for, like, liver support and, like, gallbladder.
Liver
and
support.
digestion. I don't know what else. Like, I
Okay.
didn't say anything, but like, that's weird, right? Like,
I don't know, dude. People take supplements for all kinds of things. I guess I don't understand what the specific issue is that you have with it.
What is the judgment that you have here around the way that she eats and then the supplements that she takes?
well, I just felt like if she ate a healthier diet, she wouldn't need all this stuff. And so a lot of things are going through my mind, like the cost of these pills and, like, the health issues and, potential weight issues as she ages. Like,
If
what do
she
you think?
continues
I
to
mean,
eat that way.
Okay. Well, let's ask her. She is on the line with us, and she's had a chance to hear you out. Taylor, what's your response to
Hi.
this?
Okay. First of all, I'm a really healthy person.
Well, he says you certainly look healthy.
Yeah, I am knowledgeable about what's in food, and I'm careful with what I eat, so I don't eat processed foods. I eat all local organic foods typically when I shop for the things I eat, and I cook at home.
Great.
So when I go out to eat, you don't necessarily know what you're getting in your food.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, I usually take activated coconut charcoal, which takes the toxins out of your body. When I have sushi, I take like 15 tablets of chlorella, which will take any of the mercury
How many?
that would be in any fish. I take enzymes, and I'm not obsessive about it, but it sounds obsessive, I guess. But I just like to keep any of our food industry is really, I feel like it's really out of control.
Well, what about his point as to everything you did order? I mean, you got the steak with all of the baked potatoes and the.
Have you eaten there? The portions there aren't huge, and it was a nice dinner. We sat for like 2 hours, so it wasn't like I had one cocktail.
Yeah,
it wasn't. I didn't think it was crazy, and I had a small lunch, not even. I mean, I had a salad. And I had a bar for breakfast, so it was like, it didn't seem, I feel like somebody criticizing because I have an appetizer, a meal, and a dessert, and a cocktail. I exercise, I'm healthy, I eat healthy.
you think he's overreacting?
I think so.
Well, he said right up front he wasn't sure if he was being weird about it, and maybe because he's not as educated about all of those kinds of things. So.
But I don't go out on dates a lot, and I thought, like, I'm going to enjoy this meal, and I'm going to have whatever, something nice to eat and try some different things there because I haven't gone there before, Well,
I mean, I guess I am, like, overreacting. It sort of seemed like I was, this is a first date, I'm trying to, like, put my best foot forward, and then I'm with someone who's, like, bringing a pharmacy with them. So it was odd, but if it's... You obviously do take good care of yourself.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's kind of my point. If she looks as good as you say she does, then...
Yeah, and it's working for her.
Yeah, it's working for her. You said she looks great, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with that.
And you do like her, right?
I do. Yeah, I mean, I should have called.
You should have called her.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do we want to do here, guys? Do we want to go on a second date after all this, or...
I mean, I'd be up for it if you are, Taylor.
I would like to. I mean, I'd like to get you some supplements for your critical thinking. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, who knows? Maybe he'll get hip to the fact that
I know.
He might
that
like it. He
wants to start taking some of the turkey foot and all that other stuff you guys.
Ginkgo.
That's right.
Yeah, all that other stuff you guys take.
No, I would like to go. I mean, I'm a little hesitant just because I feel like, I think it's, I think someone should just say something, but I think that's sort of a trend with dating these days that people just rather just not call someone or not confront
Just
Yeah.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
People just don't text back, but I'd rather someone just say something to me,
Instead of just ghosting.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
there's,
because, we got along really well and we laughed a whole bunch, and I don't think every person you meet that happens.
All right, guys.
So I would like to go out with you again.
Cool.
Great.
With the agreement that if there's something that bothers you, you just ask me.
All right, let's set it up. Taylor, since you made the call, we're going to set it up with you. So, Mike, expect to hear back from Taylor. If you would give her the courtesy of a response, that would be great. Thank you so much for taking the call.